The zipper split open like a wound. My clothes spilled onto the wet pavement, one suit at a time, dark fabric soaking up streetlight in rain. I stood barefoot on the porch, phone still warm in my hand. The call ended too quickly to feel real. "Package confirmed," the voice had said. "Effective immediately." $10 million doesn't make a sound when it lands. It settles, quiet, patient. Behind me, the door slammed hard enough to shake the glass. She screamed my name like it was an insult, like it tasted bad in her mouth. "Get your things and get out!" Another suitcase flew. It hit the curb and burst. Socks. A tie she once bought me because it made me look trustworthy. Her face was red, triumphant, almost relieved. "From now on, this house is mine," she said, loud enough for the neighbors to hear. "Go live with the homeless." I looked at her, really looked. The way her eyes didn't flicker, the way her hands didn't shake. This wasn't rage, it was rehearsal. I smiled then, small, controlled, the kind of smile that doesn't ask permission. She mistook it for defeat. I stepped off the porch and let the rain soak through my shirt. Inside my pocket the phone buzzed again, a text this time. Coordinates, the key code, a beachfront view waiting for me like an alibi. I didn't say a word. I picked up my suitcases and I walked away, already planning the ending. Losing my job had been easy. They called it restructuring, synergy, a clean cut with a generous hush. I'd come home early that day, quiet, carrying the news like a folded knife. She was in the kitchen, smiling, on a call she ended too fast. "How'd it go?" she asked, already knowing. I told her. She nodded. No shock, no concern, just calculation sliding behind her eyes. That was when I noticed the details, the way she'd changed her password, the way she guarded her phone like it could confess for her. The late nights dressed too carefully for nowhere important. The warmth between us had thinned, not vanished, redirected. At night she lay inches away, scrolling, her screen reflected faintly in the ceiling like a second life hovering above us. Sometimes she'd laugh, soft, private. I told myself it was stress, that I was paranoid because failure smells like fear. But then the bank statement stopped coming to the house. Then the mail started arriving digitally, not to me. Then I found the draft, a file on her laptop she forgot to close. Post-separation asset strategy. My name appeared once, as an obstacle. I didn't confront her. I didn't ask questions. I listened, and every answer arrived on its own. I moved quietly, like a ghost learning the floor plan of its own house. I backed up her phone while she slept. I memorized patterns, names without last names, calendar invites marked with nothing but emojis. The beach, a flame. I pulled records, legal ones, corporate ones, the kind you earn access to after years of being useful. There was another account, not hidden well, just assumed I'd never look. There was another man, older, married, a partner at a firm that specialized in dissolving people cleanly. I watched them together once, from across a cafe. No touching, no need. They shared the same future in their eyes. I felt something then. Not anger, clarity. At night she'd talk about budgets, about how we'd need to be careful now, about how she'd carry us until I found something else. I nodded, played smaller. I moved my money, all of it. Compensation, savings. The beach house deed transferred through a shell she'd never think to search. I waited. The day she threw me out wasn't spontaneous, it was scheduled. The locks changed while I was gone, the suitcases pre-packed. She needed a villain. I gave her one. The evidence arrived in a thin folder. Paper still smells like truth when it's fresh. I returned 3 days later, calm, clean, knocked like a stranger. She opened the door and smiled like she'd won something. "What do you want?" she asked. I handed her the folder. She skimmed. Her confidence eroded line by line. Her breath caught when she saw the dates, the signatures, the transfer attempts blocked by clauses she'd never read. "Where did you get this?" she whispered. "I paid attention," I said. She looked up at me then, really looked, like she was seeing a different man wearing my face. "You can't do this." I already did. Her hands shook, not from fear, from loss. I told her about the money she'd never touch, the house she'd never see, the prenup amendment she'd signed years ago without reading because she trusted me. I told her the firm her lover worked for now represented me. I told her the neighbors had received copies of the police report she'd filed, false, about my abandonment. She cried then, loud, messy. I stood still. "I loved you," she said. "No," I replied. "You invested in me. Badly." I turned and walked out while she screamed my name into the walls she thought she owned. I live by the ocean now, the kind of place where the horizon teaches you how small rage really is. Sometimes I think about her, not with anger, with distance. Betrayal doesn't break you, it clarifies you, strips away the lies you agreed to live inside. She wanted me gone, homeless, reduced. Instead, I became unreachable. The truth did the rest. I didn't win, I just stopped losing.